brainwashed and indoctrinated to believe the occult was evil and demonic. What does the occult mean? The occult means hidden, secret, underneath. That's all it means. And every time I would, you see that occult knowledge, occult science, I always thought that was like, well, first of all, I was brainwashed and indoctrinated. I thought that was like the way my ex-pastors used to always tell me what it meant. Oh, that's like they teach you how to pray to Satan. They teach you how to do evil things. And the purpose of this video is that the very thing that I was afraid of ended up changing my life better than I ever would have done. So let's go back a little bit. Come on back with me. Back in the day, growing up, I was in religion from 17 all the way up until like 33 years old. No, actually like 32, 33, I was in religion up until that point. And growing up, I came to this earth, I was naturally attuned to the spirituality side, not the Bible side. I was in tune, like, manifestation came easy to me. Like, I learned about manifestation. I manifested myself a dog. Because I was just playing around with manifestation. I wanted to see if it actually worked. And I wrote it down, did what I was supposed to do to manifest it, and I got exactly what I wanted. There was times when me and my family was in a crisis and we needed a place to stay. Homelessness. And I manifested not one, but 2 houses. Now, going through this process, I always knew I was connected to source. I always knew it was something different about me. Tarot cards, that came natural to me. Horoscopes, all that became natural. I had people that would tell me certain events that's going to happen in my life. I'm like, yeah, I don't believe in that shit. It'll happen exactly the way it will happen. I was dating this girl at the time, and I was messing with astrology. And the astrology told me, this is a person. This particular astrologer gave me the initials of that particular female and told me how it was going to end with that individual. Mind you, I was like, I don't really believe it happened just like that. When my father died, I was messing with astrology. Astrology told me a month before my father died that I was about to lose a loved one. I'm about to lose a parent. I was very intuitive. I can see shit before they happen. I can get an idea in my mind and see things before they can happen. And it will actually play out like that. Now I know I sound crazy and cuckoo as fuck. Believe what you want to believe. If you ain't rocking with it, you can get the fuck on. But moving on. This was something I always was drawn to. And then I ended up going to church. And now I'm battling between 2 worlds. What is resonate with my soul and what the fucking preacher is trying to preach and brainwash and indoctrinate me with. So, due to societal pressure and societal norms, I picked what the world was doing. Instead of me staying in my lane and building on the spiritual gifts that I came to this earth with, I went and put that down and took on what the church wanted me to believe. Like, I used to go to church with my family. I was able to tell. We got to the point I started begging with my family, like, hey, this is what the pastor's finna talk about today. This is what song the choir's finna sing. These 3 songs before he preach. It got to the point I was right. I was begging my family. We made a running joke out of it. That's how in tune I was to spirituality. So now I get knee deep in church, and now I'm getting preached to. Pastors telling me, hey, that is witchcraft. The devil is using you to do his work. You got spirits in you. You need deliverance. You got an evil spirit that is doing this. Mind you, me being connected to spirituality, it never taught me to do anything evil. It taught me to be the best version of myself, what to avoid. But now I'm battling that. So now I got that going on. And every church and every pastor I went to, they will always harp on it. I mean, 3-4 hour sermons. So now I find myself into a cult because I want to join this particular. I already told you how I got into that situation. I got videos on my channel about how I ended up joining the cult. It's there. You go watch that. I ain't really trying to get into that in this video. But anyway, I end up joining the cult. In that cult, they was very strict. So now I went from the Christian church to the Black Hebrew Israelite church. So now we having sermons every Saturday. The Hebrew Israelites, they service was Saturday. So I had sermons from Saturday to Saturday, 7 days a week. And it'd be about this stuff right here. Every day for 2 to 4 hours a day, I would hear all of this. I was brainwashed against the occult. The occult is evil. I heard this for 3 years straight for 7 days. It got to the point to where I really thought the occult was evil. Shit. Now, when I was younger, I was into spirituality, manifestation, things like that. But I never did touch numerology and kundalini and yoga. I was kind of, I was scared of that. So, fast forward, I ended up realizing I was in a cult. And I guess I found myself in a situation in my life where all these religions I was going to, I kept finding people trying to control me. I kept finding people trying to force me to do shit that was against my nature. So I'm like, yo, how is it that everybody that I'm attracting into my life is keep trying to control me? How is that? Like, these was questions like, how the fuck I keep ending up in churches and belief systems where I got all these leaders trying to control me and force this shit on me. So I left the cult. It took a while for me to get that brainwashing up my system. So it took me a whole year. Because I went down the path of deconstruction. Like everything when I left the cult, I went and challenged everything that every church, every pastor, I read the whole Bible. I wanted to see like, yo, y'all talking about the occult is evil and that shit is used to put spells. What kind of spell you motherfuckers put on me? Because obviously, for me to be this fearful, for me to go against my nature, for you to preach against this particular subject, you preach against this shit so much. What is it in this that you don't want me to fucking see? So I went down the rabbit hole. And that led me to leave religion. I studied myself out of religion. And what ended up happening was I was free to go back into my spirituality. But this time I got introduced to some new shit. I started digging into numerology and astrology. And the craziest, I was told to get my birth certificate and go get my birth chart. And I went down the rabbit hole with numerology and astrology. And what ended up happening, I ended up reading my birth chart. For those of you people that don't know what a birth chart is, that's basically like a snapshot of the sky, the sun and the moon, and how the planets affect us, how we get energy from that at the time of our birth. I hope I said that right. I got videos on what your natal birth chart. You can go look around on YouTube, read about it yourself. But I got my natal birth chart. And all the struggles that I was dealing with in my life, it had that in there. See, I had a situation in my life where I always struggled against following traditional belief systems. And I went to my birth chart, and there was some things in my birth chart that I became so good at reading birth charts, like I became an expert. I went down the rabbit hole for shit. 2 years straight, I know how to read birth charts. And what was so crazy, I did my chart. I gave my own self a reading. I learned how to do it. What was so crazy, it was things in my chart that signified me having a love with astrology. Me being a cult lover. I mean, being not a cult lover, be it me loving the occult. That's what I meant to say. I saw things in my chart that signify in order for me to have a great life, I have to go against the grain. And that was something I struggled with my whole fucking life, was me trying to do traditional shit. It's like my intuition is telling me to go against the grain. Hey, do something that's different, be a different person. And now I get clarification on why that was. I was attracting controlling people into my life. Bad relationship, people trying to get me to go, hey, I'm a weird person. I like weird shit. I'm not your average person. So I had people that was trying to force that shit on me. And my birth chart my birth chart highlighted the struggles that I would go through throughout my life. I was gonna have people that was gonna try to control me, steer me off my path. I have natural gifts when it comes to astrology and doing research and learning the occult. And what was so crazy about all of that, it was things that, it was like I was able to read the chart, Vedic astrology and Western astrology. It gave me timelines when certain things was going to be happening. What was so crazy, around the time when I left my religion, that was in my chart, that was supposed to happen. And it happened around the same, I was supposed to leave my religion around 33 to 34. That happened. And all the things that I was struggling with in my life, I had very toxic ass patterns. My birth chart and my numerology chart, it had it in there. And I found solutions on how to break it, okay? I attract people that's going to try to control me. So in order for me, I have to show my real weird ass self. I am an untraditional person. I believe in shit I don't follow traditional society. So in order for me to have a good life, I have to go in that direction. And so I did that. And I'm saying all this just to say, if you're a person that fear the occult knowledge, because see, I had problems in my life, man, that I went to church, I prayed about. I was having so many things happen in my life that I couldn't control. And I was reason why I was going to church so much, because I was trying to be a better person. Reason why I was going to church every week. I was dedicated in the church because I was trying to be a better person. I was trying to heal the things that was ailing me. I'm the kind of person, when something is going wrong in my life, I'm attracting bad friends, bad women. I want to know why the fuck this shit is happening before I can fix my patterns. And I prayed, I fasted, I went to pastors and talked about this shit. I went to so-called deliverance. None of that shit worked until I dig into the occult. I started doing meditation. I started doing Kundalini yoga. I started activating my Kundalini, man. I started reading my birth chart, okay? I got this sign in this house. This sign tell me to do this, this, and this. Okay, cool. Now I know the blueprint. Your birth chart, the universe give us synchronicities, signs, and everybody came to this earth with a particular blueprint. And how you get that blueprint, you get your birth chart, and you gotta get a long form birth certificate and have your time of birth on there. And that birth chart, that is the course of your entire life. And the same thing with numerology. So if you're a person You tired of praying. You tired of, hey, you done read the Bible back and forth. You done been to church. You done went to therapy. You done did everything they told you to fucking do, and you still ended up in the same place. Maybe this video might be a call for you to go try something new. Go try something new. Because what was so crazy, I was fearing the occult. And the very thing that I was taught to avoid, run away from, it ended up changing my life. And also, if you're the kind of person that is struggling, you want something better for yourself, tap into the occult. I am really good at reading birth charts and numerology. I can help you get things done. All you want to do, if you want to see more videos of me breaking this shit down, just let me know. Comment. Hey, I want to see more of them astrology videos. I want to see some numerology. What you got that can help my life? Just let me know. Put a comment in there. Anyway, that's all I got for you, man. Don't fear the occult. Don't let the religious fucking zealot, all the brainwashed ass people have you missing out on something that can change your fucking life. I'm not telling you what to believe. The whole purpose of this video is to help you free yourself, man. Let me see if I missed, because I be rambling, I get emotional and shit. Let me see if I left something. But yo, if you want to see inside your psyche, heal your toxic patterns, become a better person, stop attracting bad mates and bad friends, you want to actually learn what your natural skills are, because your birth chart, it tells you what careers you should work, what things you are good at. Hey, this is your goddamn blueprint. If you want to know more things like that and get better, man, get your birth chart, dig into numerology, man. It changed my life, and I know goddamn well it could change yours. That's all I got. I am done.